Okay, you know what? This is one of those NBME questions that looks scary for absolutely no reason. Seriously, watch what they do. So, this 33-year-old guy walks in. He's had poorly controlled type 1 diabetes for years. And then the stem casually mentions retinopathy. Don't let that slip by. Whenever the NBME tells you about one diabetic complication, it's almost like they're whispering, hey, go look for another one. Then he tells you, I've been feeling really nauseous. I get full after just a few bites. Sometimes I even throw up, and you're like, okay, something's definitely going on with his stomach. Makes sense, right? Then the barium study comes back and it says there's an irregular gastric mass. And you're probably thinking, wait, a stomach mass? Oh no, are they about to tell me this is cancer? Honestly, that's exactly the trap. Because here's the thing, the scan is trying to distract you. The patient's history is trying to help you. So instead of staring at the image, go back to the beginning, long-standing diabetes, poor glucose control, already has retinopathy. Now add nausea, early satiety, vomiting. Doesn't that sound a lot more like the stomach just isn't emptying properly? Exactly. Years of diabetes can damage the vagus nerve. That's diabetic autonomic neuropathy. Without those normal nerve signals, the stomach slows down. Food just kind of sits there and sits there. And yeah, that's where the problem starts. And it gets even more interesting. Diabetes can also damage the interstitial cells of Cajal, which are basically the stomach's little pacemaker cells. So you've lost the nerve signals, and you've lost the stomach's normal rhythm. No wonder everything slows down. Now imagine food sitting in your stomach all day instead of moving forward. Eventually, it can clump together into a bezoar. So that gastric mass isn't a tumor at all. It's food that never really left the stomach. That's pretty clever, honestly. So whenever the NBME gives you long-standing poorly controlled diabetes, another diabetic complication like retinopathy, nausea, early satiety, vomiting, and what looks like a gastric mass, take a second before picking cancer, because this is one of those questions where the history matters way more than the image. The diagnosis isn't hiding in the scan. It's hiding in years of poorly controlled diabetes. Once you recognize that pattern, the rest of the story almost tells itself. And that's exactly how the NBME wants you to think.